السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, we are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be privileged to welcome you to our third session of Foundation 1B. And this is lesson 3. الدرس الثالث. It is Foundation 1B, and this is the sixth module. In this session, we will continue with our discussion concerning the most important aspect to understand relative to verbs, which is roots and patterns. Jizrun, and the plural for jizr is juzur, and patterns and scales, the plural of which is wazn awzan. In this slide, we are going to be naming patterns, or we are going to be trying to understand how to name the patterns. Okay, here we have mansurun. Mansurun, as we notice, has 5 letters. Now, we are dealing with 3-letter verbs, so there are 3 that are the root. Because there are 5 letters, then we know there are 2 additions, and there are 2 that we can pick up right away, the mim and the waw, that are additions. So the noon, sad, and ra are the basis, as we see in the pattern here. The pattern here is maf'ul. The mim is added and the waw is added. The fa and the ayn and the lam of the kalima are the noon and the sad and the ra. Okay, so mansur on the scale, maf'ul. Ala wazni maf'ul. Ma'bud, we see it starts with a mim and it has a waw inside, so it's just like this. It's just on the scale of mansur, so the scale is maf'ul, maf'ulun, and this is a noun. Okay. Then we have hakimun. Hakimun has 4 letters. Okay, now we look at them. There are 3 letters that look sound. The ya definitely is a weak letter here, so that is the weak letter that is added. So we have the scale is ha, fataha, so that would be fa, fatafa, kaf, kasra ki, so that would be ayn, kasra i, with a ya with sukoon, so fa'i, and then the mim, which is the lam al kalima, lun, hakimun, ala wazni fa'ilun. And the same thing with jamilun. Jamilun, it has the same pattern as hakimun. So it is ala wazni, it is upon the wazn of fa'il. Then we have our final 2 examples. Dakhilun. Dakhilun has 4 letters. So we know 3 of them has to be the asl, the root of the word. 1 of them has to be an additional letter, and that has to be the alif here. Right? Because the alif can never belong to the root, never belong to the jazr. So we have dakhala. Now, if we look at it, dal, the fa'ul kalima dal here has an alif after it, so it's going to be fa. The ainul kalima kha has a kasra, so it will be fa'i, and the lamul kalima, which is lam here, is going to be fa'ilun, fa'ilun. So dakhilun ala wazni fa'ilun. And the final example that we have is kharijun, kharijun, which is ala wazni fa'ilun. It has the same exact format. So our conclusion here are these words have different roots, they have different juzur and different scales, different awzan. 2 of them each on one particular scale. One scale is maf'ulun, and 2 of them are on maf'ul. 2 of them are on fa'il, and 2 of them are on fa'ilun. So our final conclusion here on all of this is that the fa and the ayn and the lam is the artificial or dummy root. It is not a real root, it's a dummy root. It's an artificial root that is set up to determine the scale. Because we want to name the patterns, right? We want to name the scale. Arabic gives each wazn a name, like the wazn fa'ilun, the wazn maf'ulun, and the wazn fa'ilun. To find the name of the wazn, substitute the artificial dummy root fa'ala for the word's root. Okay, that's what you have to do. You substitute the artificial root for the word's root. The word is there, you put in the artificial root into it, and then you would get this scale, inshallah, in the end. The name of the wazn for ma'bud and mansur is waznu maf'ulin, waznu maf'ul. And for kharijun dakhilun, you can see is waznu fa'ilin, waznu fa'il. And for hakimun and jamilun, it is waznu fa'ilin. وزن فعيل. So this is how it is formed. This is how the patterns are named. So when you hear us talking وزن فعيل, وزن مفعول, وزن فاعل, you know exactly what is going on. Identify the roots and the following scales. The roots, you have to identify the roots and the scales, right? تفعيل, مفعول, فاعل. What is the root? We're going to get the words. You're going to identify them, inshallah. Let's go. Mansurun. What is the meaning of Mansur? Is the one who is helped. Okay? So this is Ismul Maf'ul. We did this just now. Mansur. Right? So what is the root? Nasara. What is the scale? Maf'ulun. Maf'ulun. Very simple, inshallah. Let's go. Inshallah. And these are the three scales that we are going to try to put words on. Tanzil. You look, it's not very difficult. You look right here. Taf'il. So noon is the fa'al kalima. Zain is the ayn al-kalima. And lam is the lam al-kalima. Tanzilun. Taf'ilun. It means descending down, or it can mean revelation. Okay? So the root of it is nazala. Nazala. Because the ta is added and the ya is added. Tanzilun is on the scale taf'ilun. Okay? Then we have mamnu'un. Mamnu'un. Which means the prohibited. The thing that is prohibited, right? Now, here we have two memes. So this is not the problem. The first meme, because this is mamnu', it has an extra waw, so we know that's added. Mana'a would therefore be the asl, because this is an additional meme. Meme, noon, and ayn would be the asl, and it would fall on the scale maf'ulun. Maf'ulun. So work on it. Come on, let's get this one now. Tahsinun. Tahsin. There's only one of them begin with ta here. This is taf'il. So we know exactly what scale that would fall in immediately. But what is the basis? Ta is added, ya is added. Tahsin means the act of beautifying. Its root is ha, sin, and noon. And its wazn is taf'ilun. Kharijun means the one who leaves, or it can also mean kharij, outside. Okay, that's very easy. The asl here is kha, ra, ja. We recognize immediately that the alif is added. Kha, ra, and jim. Okay, so we have, it is on the scale fa'ilun. The other one here is taqdirun. Taqdirun. Taqdirun is the act of estimating, the act of appraising something. Okay, it has a ta addition and ya addition here. So its root is qa da ra. Qa da ra. Right? And its wazn is taf'ilun. Taf'ilun. Okay, I think you're getting the flow, inshallah. Rasikhun. Rasikhun. You see, this would also help you to read. When you look at the word, you already know it. If you know the scale, you can read the word without the vowels. Right? It means well grounded. What is the root? Rasakha. There's an alif there. That's a very easy scale, inshallah. Its wazn is fa'ilun. Its wazn is fa'ilun. Ta'limun. Ta'limun means the act of teaching. Ta'lim. The act of teaching. Okay? Its wazn is ayn lam mim. Right? And its wazn is taf'ilun. Taf'ilun. Daqilun. Daqilun. Alright? The alif is added there. So we are okay with that very easily. The one who enters. Or it can mean something internal. Something is dakhil, it's inside. Okay? The root is dal, kha, and lam. Dal, kha, and lam. And the scale is fa'ilun. The scale is fa'ilun. Like that, we have qatilun. Qatilun is on the same scale. So it means the one who kills, the killer. And the scale is qaf, ta, and lam. And the wazn is fa'ilun. Khalidun, oh, we have three of this in one line, mashallah. Means everlasting. The root is kha, lam, and dal. Kha, lam, and dal. And its wazn is fa'ilun. Finally, in this set of exercises, we have ma'budun. Means the one that is worshipped. As we see, it has a meme in front, so it looks very much like Mansur. Right? So we have three root letters here, ayn, ba, and dal. So it becomes That is the root, inshallah. Ain, ba, and dal. And the scale is maf'ulun. So that there, inshallah, should give us a good picture of these three scales and help us to assess them and determine the root and the scales. But by knowing these scales intensely, by knowing them well, inshallah, what it does to you is that it makes you read the words easily if you master them, inshallah. So we continue, inshallah, with Arabic terminologies. Arabic terminologies. Terminologies, and these are terms already learnt relating to verbs. These are terms that we already learned. We'll have the Arabic here and we have the meaning. You might have an idea of what it is, but I want you to know it clearly. Inshallah. We have fa'ul kalima. Fa'ul kalima. This is the first root letter of a word, and it is also referred to as a consonant. Example, the fa of fa'ala. This is the fa'ul kalima, right? We have the second word, or the second term, ainul kalima, is the second root letter of a word. The ain of the word. The ain of fa'ala, for example, here, this is the ainul kalima. Then we have lamul kalima. This is the third root letter of a word. Example, the lam of fa'ala. Right? The lam here is the lamul kalima, the lam of the word. Then we have al-madi. It is called the past or the perfect tense. And this is called the perfect tense because it refers to a completed action. And it is also done in the past. It's completed, it's total, it's finished. Then we have al-mudari'u. Al-mudari', it is called the imperfect or the present tense because it refers to an action that is occurring, so it is incomplete. The action is still occurring, right? And then finally we have al-amru, which is the imperative or the command form. So, inshallah, all of these things, we want you to really pay attention to them, get them ingrained in you, and work on sorting them out within yourself, because we feel that these here would assist you in making your studies of the Arabic a little bit more refined and better, inshallah, because when we use these terminologies, you will be able to relate with them, inshallah. So we ask Allah to help us and guide us and strengthen us. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.